From a workshop in Malilla, Sweden, this 35 horsepower crude oil engine begins its slow awakening. Operators prep the flywheel, nudging it into motion with raw human strength. At 400 RPM, this engine doesn't rush, it rumbles with authority. Crude oil engines like this were once prized for their simplicity and endurance. They don't rely on spark plugs, just heat and compression. Before ignition, the fuel line is primed, oil levels checked, and the injector calibrated. A small open flame preheats the hot bulb, the core of combustion. The wait can feel endless, but every second builds anticipation. As the metal glows red, fuel is admitted, combining with compressed air from the rising piston. Then, ignition. A booming thud echoes. The beast is alive. Steel rods flex with every stroke, their rhythm slow but relentless. Thick smoke trails from the exhaust stack. There's no mistaking it. This machine breathes history. Watching it run feels like witnessing a time when engineering was muscle, not microchip. Starting the Société Française 402 tractor is no quick task. It's old-school engineering at its finest. Using a gasoline heating lamp, the operator begins the 20-minute process of warming the hot bulb chamber. Flames flicker, metal glows, and time crawls. This part's all patience. Once the bulb is red hot, the manual throttle is set, and the crank gets ready. A deep breath, then a hard spin. The engine hesitates, then kicks to life with a roar and a smoky puff. It's a beautiful sequence. Fire, fuel, and muscle working in sync to revive a vintage workhorse. As the engine comes to life, the whole machine shudders, waking from a long slumber. Its deep, steady rumble fills the air, carrying the distinct scent of burning fuel. The operator steps back, watching the gears and pipes move. Everything's still running as it did decades ago. No sensors, no electronics. Just the raw, reliable power of the Société Française 402. A quiet echo of an era when machines had soul and strength in every turn. On a radiant day under the blazing sun, the atmosphere buzzed with excitement at the gathering spot, a place where a wide array of extraordinary race cars had come together from all corners. The thunderous roar of high-powered machines echoed through the vibrant and energetic scene. This wasn't just a meeting of skilled drivers, but a true feast for the eyes and ears, meant for those who live and breathe speed and cutting-edge engineering. It was a day full of promise and anticipation, where each spinning wheel seemed to be writing its own story, waiting for the thrill of the track to unfold. There's something magical about seeing pre-war machines brought back to life, not in a museum, but screaming up a hill. At the Chateau Impney Hill climb, this 1923 Packard Special doesn't just roll, it thunders. Before turning the key, mechanics go through a methodical process. Oil levels are checked with long dipsticks, spark plugs are cleaned and regapped, and fuel lines are inspected for airlocks. This car runs with gravity-fed fuel, so the tank must be filled high. Priming the cylinders manually, they crank slowly by hand at first, feeling compression on each stroke. Then comes ignition, a quick check of the magneto switch, the throttle linkage set just right, and the engine is cranked. A cough, a pop, and then it erupts. Smoke bellows from the twin exhausts as the Packard settles into a deep, uneven idle, the kind that shakes the ground under your feet. The smell of oil and unburned fuel fills the air. Everything feels alive, raw and mechanical. You can hear each cylinder firing like clockwork chaos. The flywheel spins visibly at the side, a blur of motion and mass. Mechanics glance at each other, nodding. It's working. The driver adjusts the timing lever on the steering wheel, fine-tuning the rhythm. Each backfire, each puff of smoke, reminds you this is raw, unfiltered power from another century. Udgy. Spectators gather. Phones up, jaws dropped. For a moment, everyone's just watching a machine breathe again. No electronics, no computers, just combustion, metal, and fire. Even without racing, it's a performance. And for fans of vintage motorsport, this moment alone is worth the trip. Brought back from the icy banks of the Yukon, this 20 HP Fairbanks Morse gas engine isn't just restored, it's reborn. This colossal 10,000-pound titan, once powering telegraph stations in Tanana, Alaska, was restored through sheer passion and grit. The process is hands-on genius. Mechanics first connect a small compressed air system, a hand-pumped air compressor, to spin the massive flywheels. Next, Allen's custom igniter, using toy cap gun caps, is clamped to the cylinder head. With the tank pressurized, a helper cranks the air, followed by a firm slap to fire the igniter. Then comes the boom. A deep, loping hit-and-miss rhythm emerges, woodsy, historic, utterly alive. The engine idles down to a steady 40 to 60 RPM after its initial burst and roars in the low 300s RPM once stabilized. You feel the weight of history in every clack and chug. It's like listening to a mechanical heartbeat from over a century ago. Each combustion stroke seems to echo across time. As it rumbles, you're not just hearing metal. You're hearing stories of rugged Alaskan winters and telegraph lines. No computers, no fancy gizmos, just compressed air, fire, metal, and the soul of a machine reborn. Ever heard 28.4 liters scream to life? In a world first, a dedicated team fires up starts the 1911 Fiat S76, a fire-breathing four-cylinder legend built for the land speed record. Each of its massive 7.1-liter cylinders is hand-primed with fuel, then fired individually using a battery-powered trembler coil. There's no starter motor, just raw muscle and perfect timing. As the crank turns and sparks fly, the beast snarls to life after a century of silence. Double chain drives whir. Exhausts spit flame. It's not just a car, it's a mechanical resurrection. History doesn't whisper here, it roars. Silence. A deep inhale as cold air fills the room. The 100 HP fielding hot bulb stationary engine remains still, but poised. Lubrication points are serviced, fuel lines inspected for leaks. Each valve and seal receives careful attention. The sound of tools echoes softly, tension rising in stillness. This type of engine uses a separate bulb chamber to assist ignition, originally designed to operate with external heating during startup. The metal bulb retains heat, allowing diesel fuel to ignite under compression. A calibrated amount of diesel is injected directly into the combustion chamber. Builder's precision comes alive. Fuel pressure, injector timing, chamber volume, all balanced. The compression stroke begins. Pistons rise, trapping the mix. Then compression peaks, and voila! Ignition roars to life. Massive steel components shudder and knock, shaking decades of rest. Governor wheel turns naturally with rising RPM. Subtle throttle adjustments keep momentum steady. Hands hover near controls, reacting to sound, exhaust tone, and faint metallic warmth. Eshy. No electronics. No starter motor. Just compression ignition, guided by human touch. Once powering mills and farms, now it breathes again as a mechanical legacy. In this thrilling fix, we dive into the GANS Denubious hot bulb engine repair, uncovering leaky failures and hands-on gasket replacement that decide success. Step by step, the crew tackles a huge leakage near the cylinder head, an issue that could derail the entire operation. First, they remove the bulb head carefully, showing off wrench skills and steady hands. Commenting with mild surprise, "Whoa, that's a major leak," adds real-time emotion, making viewers feel right there beside them. Next comes gasket replacement. Thorough positioning, slight alignment checks, and that satisfying moment when the float gasket seats perfectly. A quick note from the narrator, "That seal is tight," injects genuine excitement. Then the team performs final tightening in precise torque sequence. Just snug enough to ensure reliability, the voice emphasizes. Now comes the moment of truth. And go. But no answer. The engine coughs, sputters, and still doesn't run. For a split second, it feels like the engine is thinking. A rising tension. It's frustrating, but the fix isn't done yet. The crew checks ventilation and purges air, encouraging viewers with, "Stay with us. This is where it gets interesting." The team doesn't falter. They exchange quick glances, then silently move into action like a well-programmed machine. One checks the fuel system, another disconnects fittings to inspect airflow, while the steady clatter of tools echoes like the team's collective heartbeat under pressure. Sweat drips down foreheads, but no one pauses. Every movement is precise and deliberate, each person focused on one shared goal, bringing the engine back to life. 5 minutes later, anticipation builds. Tools clatter. The engine finally fires. The repair team exchanges relieved smiles. Throughout, the video highlights real steps: leak diagnosis, component removal, gasket swap, torque technique, ventilation checks, giving viewers clear, valuable insights into classic engine repair, not a sales pitch. Sometimes, old-school muscle needs a little help waking up. This Deutz V12, rated at 200 horsepower, doesn't start with the push of a button. It takes choreography, tools, and timing. The process begins by connecting the tractor's PTO shaft to a belt drive, manually engaging the flywheel. It's raw mechanical teamwork, gears, pulleys, and belts, all working in harmony to bring the vintage powerhouse to life. As the rotation builds, the fuel system primes, and the cylinders begin their slow, synchronized march. No electronic injection here, just diesel, compression, and engineering from another era. Check out that enormous flywheel. It stores rotational energy to smooth out the engine's operation once combustion begins. The starter setup includes a vintage sewing machine frame repurposed as a tensioning device. Ingenious and oddly charming. 12 vertical exhaust pipes stand ready like a pipe organ about to roar. And there it is, a rumble that shakes the ground, signaling its full awakening. When ignition finally hits, there's no mistaking it. This machine announces itself with thunder. The V12 is alive, each cylinder firing with powerful, steady precision. From this initial surge, it settles into a robust, rhythmic pulse. And despite the decades on its back, this V12 runs smooth, powerful, and proud. It's a testament to the enduring quality of its original design. Honestly, watching it fire up is like stepping into a diesel-powered time capsule. Feel the surge. This is the Zvezda M50 V12, a 63-liter Titan. Its complex systems align for ignition. Watch closely. Fuel precise. Spark intense. Cylinders firing in perfect sequence. The colossal crankshaft turns, building momentum. Then, a thunderous roar as it awakens. This isn't mere startup. It's a testament to incredible engineering. Prepare to witness a living legend. This is the Deutz V12A12L614, a 1954 masterpiece, representing the very first V12 model this esteemed manufacturer ever built. Its design, conceived before World War II, only saw production after Germany's reconstruction. A true rarity, this 16-liter, air-cooled powerhouse was only produced for 6 years. Feel the anticipation as systems are prepped, fuel lines charged, and the intricate timing gears align. Then, a powerful rumble erupts from deep within its core, a primal sound of raw power awakening. Each of its 12 massive cylinders ignites with a controlled, synchronized force. This isn't just about starting. It's about unleashing a Titan forged for immense tasks. Thunder rolls as Brutus's 47,000cc BM WV12 roars to life. This beast, with its massive air-cooled engine, doesn't start with a simple twist of a key. It requires careful preparation. First, the oil system is primed, fuel lines checked, and filters inspected. Once all systems are ready, the starter is engaged, slowly bringing the engine to life. As the pistons move, the diesel air mixture is compressed, and spark timing takes over. Then, ignition. A deep, thunderous sound erupts from all 12 cylinders, firing in perfect harmony. The custom exhaust pipes release a mighty roar as Brutus's power begins to fill the air. Watching this mechanical giant find its rhythm is nothing short of captivating. No electronics here, just raw engineering and power. Hearing it run is like stepping back in time, a pure, unfiltered experience. Imagine taking a 45.8-liter BMW V12 engine, boosting it to 47,000 cubic centimeters, cranking up the horsepower to 750, and mounting it on a 1907 American LaFrance Firetruck frame. The result? Brutus, a 2.5-ton chain-driven monster that can hit 200 kilometers per hour. The raw power and craftsmanship behind this machine are mind-blowing. Hearing it roar is pure adrenaline. This 1927 Atlas 3-cylinder diesel engine is a true piece of history. Originally powering a tugboat, it's now running again, showing the raw mechanical might of a bygone era. First, the engine is prepped for startup. Operators check the fuel system, priming the lines and ensuring proper oil levels. The flywheel is manually turned, creating initial momentum and priming the cylinders for ignition. It's a slow, deliberate process. No electronics here, just muscle and mechanical precision. As the engine turns over, the engine's distinctive diesel hum grows louder, the exhaust coming to life with every stroke. The pistons move in a perfectly timed rhythm, each cycle delivering power that's both impressive and graceful. The Atlas engine, once the heartbeat of a tugboat, now stands as a testament to engineering simplicity and endurance. The smooth operation and deep rumble as it comes to life is a reminder of a time when machines were built to last. It's raw, it's powerful, and it's mesmerizing to watch. Every turn of the flywheel brings it closer to its full glory, reviving memories of a proud past. This engine is a living piece of maritime history,